This is the best silhouette shot I've ever.
It's 2024. That means 40 years that I've been exploring the world's most remote places in four-wheel drives. In association with Safari Drive, self-drive safaris in Africa. This is the Kwando River region of the Caprivi in far northeast Namibia. We need to find a campsite.
Livingston's exclusive campsites. This place has developed so fast. I can barely recognize anything here.
Jeremy is busy arguing with them about how to accept our money.
Looks like a very nice campsite here. We went to Rapala. We preferred this because it's dry, overlooking the floodplains. Very, very beautiful. We're not going to be able to camp here because we are not carrying Namibian dollars, only US dollars and credit cards. They don't accept anything but Namibian dollars cash. So they basically said, well, we can't stay here. So it's going to be the same everywhere here. So we have to leave the area. So pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Hold back a bit. I want to get a shot of you through the dust. I'm going to just go past around this corner and then I'll wave to you.
Campsite called Livingstone's Camp, but there is available tonight, but there's no water anywhere, so not a lot of game in this area. So we're going to go drive around. We're just going to look around and see if there's something nice for today so we can actually get some viewing and some content. We have just stumbled upon the Kwando River, which is amazing.
I actually think campsite 3 was a little better.
I think maybe so. I like the sun not being in our face all night.
Yeah.
And it's on a bank, which means we're not going to sit up here wondering if everything's coming into our camp all night. And there's 4 campsites available. The first 2 we just passed, which were both really rather nice.
It's a little closer. We can camp closer to the water there.
Yeah.
It's on a bank, but it's closer to the water.
There are 2 more 3Ks away, so we're halfway there. In the middle of, we don't know where. We're taking the risk that if we get there and they're taken, we have to rush back and claim. Our own space.
Yeah, and when it comes to my experience with animals in Africa, there are only 2 animals that actually scare me. They scare me in Africa. And I want to have nothing to do with them. I don't mind watching them. And the first are hippos, and the second is the black mamba. Big, angry, poisonous, pissed off snake.
Sunset is in about an hour and 20 minutes, and we want to have a camp set up, and obviously we want the light because the light's just about to get very nice, and we want on the water. We just passed a spot with waterbuck, hippos in the water right by the campsite, and it looks like we've got some sand to...
Yeah, stop. I might be stuck because I don't have low range. I've picked up some bad habits. I was driving in 2-wheel drive. When I saw it, it was too late to put it in 4. So I went into it in 2. Oh, I didn't tell you. The low range doesn't work on the gearbox. I can't get it into low range. Otherwise I would be able to get out of this. I can tell you I could crawl out of it really slowly. No low range. I'll just destroy the clutch. So we're going to do a recovery.
I'll get back to that. Do I need to worry about this at the moment? Guess I should.
It's quite a sharp edge on the fitting on the.
You ready?
Are you in left first?
I am.
another almost recovery moment there. But I managed to get out.
With this sign, we're going to need to make a plan because there's a lot of options.
Wow, this is stunning.
Ready?
But Jeremy, it seems, is still not happy. He still thinks that we can do better than this.
That's beautiful.
What do you think?
I think it's fantastic.
The sun's going to obviously go down directly.
I just hope I don't get stuck looking for it.
Number 3.
Our alternative. I'm not sure what we've got here. I'm a little bit puzzled.
So what?
There's nobody here. I mean, this is the best campsite we've had on the entire trip.
Yeah.
There's nobody here. There was no office to take our money. And yet, look at it. I'm not quite sure if
Was
we've
the gate, you think the
missed
gate was-
something.
The gate that we went through where they didn't check, was that the actual gate for the campsites too?
Yeah, it's called a camp.
You coming up?
No, he's not. Two things are going on here. Another hippo coming towards us. I don't know if this camera's going to be any good. It's the best low light camera we have, but can you see him there? There. So he's not coming up here.
He's not? Sorry?
No. He could very easily just walk up there and come around the back.
Yeah, he could.
But which torch have I got here? He could come around there. Whether he will or not, because there's nothing here luscious to eat.
There's
So-
no poop up here, so it means they haven't been up here.
Hmm?
So he's out of the water now, right?
He's out of the water. He's completely out of the water now.
Okay.
Heard him pooping. They poo and they spray their dung on trees and branches and things. He's doing it over there right now. I don't want him to come around the back here. That's going to make me very uncomfortable. All right, you're going to see where Jeremy's gone. There's Jeremy there. Yeah. Yeah. Ah dear. What do we do for our adrenaline? Well, you will let me know if he comes around, eh? I actually think he might have gone back in. I think he came out not to feed but to poo. And when you heard it, you pointed it out when you heard it. Yeah. There's now a big hippo just in the water, and he's blowing bubbles, and I think it's the same guy. I think he came out to take a crap and has gone back in because he's blowing bubbles in the middle of the river. I think we're okay. Wild camping spots don't get a lot better than this. They just... Okay. As I was saying, wild camping spots don't get a lot better than this. But I always recommend that when people do this kind of touring in Africa, they break up the self-drive experience with lodge experience. Gives a chance to relax in a different atmosphere, have food brought to you, perhaps sleep in a more comfortable bed, do some laundry. But also the actual experience itself is different because you're going to be with other people, but they're probably going to be able to offer you some activities that you wouldn't have, not able to do on your own. Maybe you're not carrying a boat or an aeroplane or helicopter or hovercraft. I don't know. But we're going to find out by visiting a camp in the area that is located on this very river. That's for a little later today. Alright, I'm stuck. And it's not actually that thick. It's thick. I have no power at low RPM. Below 2000 RPM, the thing is dead. I've been noticing it when driving, just general driving, to pull away from a traffic light. It's just so laborious until the revs come up. And that is why even at 80 kilometers an hour I'm using so much fuel. I'm actually using a better economy at 100 and 110 than at 80, because at low RPM the engine is awful. Here I say it again and again and again. If you want to go off-road, you need two things in the vehicle. You need good clearance and you need low range gearing, and there is no escaping it. If you do not have low range gearing, you have what I have, quite an easy crossing, and I can't do it because I cannot put it in low range, because the gear for this engine at the moment for this is low third. 1 is too low, 2 is too high. I tried to do it in 2 and bogged. I cancelled part of our desert trip, which would require lots and lots of days and days of sand driving, because I don't have low range. I made the right call. A lot of sand driving, yes you do in high range, but when you have difficulty like we're having now, you need low range. There's no way around it.
2, 3, go. Let's go.
Deploy my clutch, heavy duty or not.
What's that?
Got to get this thing in a low range.
We have to.
We have to. I'm looking for firm ground.
Yeah.
Somewhere where we've got some firm ground. The thing is that the moment we try and pull off the track, the resistance is getting off the track.
And it gets much worse down there, so
It
right
gets-
here's our best.
Now this is worse. It's
So what if we were to use...
This
what
is
if
no
we took
different.
The front's out. What if our max tracks were here?
we've got 8 max tracks.
We do.
Let's put max tracks and let me drive on the max tracks.
Just get them, just use
Best
them to get
idea.
out.
Best idea yet.
Okay.
I've got to get this car into low range.
Made a mess of it, but I got up here.
I don't know.
I think it stops right there, but I think there might be a way. So the linkage arm can come like this. If I can pull this as you do that, I think I can pull it into low, because we got it into low 2 days ago. I just need some leverage, and I can't do it from underneath because there's no way to get to it. So what I can do is tie something on it and pull it from out here. I can literally pull it with a rope or a cable. Let me go see what I have, and then...
The pull rope that we've just used to snatch that.
No, because I don't know that I can get that. I can't, it's so big I can't get that around the linkage arm. But I think if I have a piece of paracord or any kind of rope, okay. I don't know what kit's in my, I don't know what kit's in this.
In my notes.
This turned out to be a good teaching moment, really. Proof, again, that when using the wrong equipment, one wastes a lot of time. This is a Max Trax kinetic rope. Why I didn't get it out when we started this, I cannot tell you. And of course, we're going to put Max Trax behind the wheels.
So we have a design issue here with the Gobi X. Guys, your holes aren't big enough for soft shackles. They're too small. They also have a hard edge on them. They're rounded things. So I cannot fit this. You're going to have to use your one, because your one just fits. Your lighter shackle, not ideal, not what I would like to do, but there's nothing we can do about it. This one just fits.
And another example of why one needs to test all one's equipment with a new build.
Oh dear, I need 2 people for this. I need 3 people for this. One to hold the camera, one to pull this, and one to untangle that.
Let me do this stuff.
You just need to untangle that for me. There you go. Another twist in it. All right. It's like liquid, this stuff. All because we wanted to go and see a lookout point. My watch bezel just came undone. I've just found it in the sand. No. I need to put this somewhere where I won't lose it. It's the bezel for my watch.
I'm gonna have you go back in and try low 4 again.
So you're gonna do it, pull it from like that?
I'm gonna get low.
Yeah.
Put my body weight into it.
Yeah.
I've got this hooked around the transfer case lever arm.
Yeah.
And I can pull that with my entire body weight now while you go into.
Which will pivot it like that.
Which will pivot it like that and go into low. We'll go back and forth and see if we can get it to work.
Alright, so you've just pulled it. You've just pulled it into no. You've gone as far as it will go.
Okay.
So
okay, go back and go into high, and then we're gonna.
Hold on. I'm gonna film this as well. Just give me a mo.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, go. Did it go in?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Okay, let's try that again. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
2, 3, go.
Right, we've got a cargo strap looped around the low range lever underneath the gearbox, and Jeremy is trying to force it into gear. Meanwhile, I'm inside the cab, also trying to force it into gear.
High.
Okay, ready?
1, 2, 3, go. No. I can feel it on the lever. I can feel you pulling on the lever, but it's not. It's hitting something hard.
Is there any way to make that spin? Because maybe it's just not lining up right.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, go back again.
Back.
I'm gonna just give it a big old jerk. Ready?
Yeah. Okay, go. It's in low range.
Okay.
It's in low range.
You sure?
Yeah, it's in low. I felt it. I felt the second click. That is in low range now.
Okay. It's about 400 pounds I just put on that thing, so it should be in. I'm over the drive line, so I can pull this out if you're sure.
I am.
Just do a test to see if it engages, then I'm going to pull this out of the way.
I'm in low range.
Okay. Okay.
Low range and max tracks. And I should be able to reverse myself out.
It might be a mission because I think I better get the strap out.
Alright. You want me to shut it down?
No. It's alright.
Put your strap away. I'll put the spade away. There's the other one. There's the other one. Alright. You're going to pull off nice and evenly, slowly, low range first. You're going to give me a gentle tug, because by the time I come off that, you will be tight and moving at speed, which will get me over that bit. Hopefully. But I'll only move when I see that.
Tighten.
When I see that, in fact, I'm going to make sure I can see it in this mirror. When I see that straighten, I'm going to go.
Okay, it's a plan. Let's do it.
I'm going to put this camera on the ground here and then film it. Hopefully it will work. All right, like that.
I'm assuming.
You're around here somewhere. Sheep. Viva la Max Tracks.
Actually,
It's gone. How can it disappear?
well, it has to be.
You found it?
Yep. That is some soft sand.
There's some soft sand, all right.
Whew.
Right.
Good. Good.
Yeah, you can do that. You're welcome. I'll hold this heavy camera.
The amount of sheer force to get that gear selector into gear was incredible. I mean, without pulling that down and putting a bar on it, there's no way. This one's yours and this one's right?
No, they're both yours. Right, I have to open the back too. Before I do, I need water. I feel faint.
Join us for the next episode as we try some luxury camping just a couple of kilometres down the track at a place called Kwando River Lodge. And if you would like to fast forward and watch the entire series, you can download it right now. The link is in the description.
Fact is that actually we should have got the Max Tracks out first. Actually getting into low range was the key here, but we actually should have just pulled the Max Tracks out without anything else. Well, that little dance was because we were going to a viewing spot. And, well, you can tell me if it was worth all the trouble or not. Because this is not the viewing spot we were trying to reach. This is actually a campsite that we considered last night. We did not get to the viewing spot. Couldn't have been better than this. Nearing Camp Kwando.